Apparently, Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher were about to squabble.
Drive around here somewhere. He probably looking for.
We're going on a side mission. We gotta wait and see.
Make sure you say that on the record still then. You alright?
I still think I should talk though.
I know he just scared. Which I get it. You got a big chunk on his head.
Man, y'all niggas should talk, man, because it's either that or it's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Sweaty, hot. See Freddie talking to Benny, Benny talking to Freddie. So Buzz, y'all gotta talk, man. We in that, you know what I mean? This neutral. This is the only time we probably gonna get this, because any other time we furniture moving. Might as well make it, you know what I mean? It's either all-out war or nothing.
There's a video that came up a few weeks ago of what looked to be you and Benny the Butcher talking in an airport in Paris. Was that video recent?
I'm gonna say this. It was a I mean, you saw me standing there. I was in the airport. Everything that everybody tried to make out of it, that wasn't true. I didn't even really barely even said a word. I was just standing there. I saw them was standing there. Of course, we in a French airport. What are we gonna do? I ain't going to jail over there. So y'all do y'all thing. I was like, man. The only thing I really said was, hey, man, this ain't the time or the place. I just tried to keep it gangster and just, I was on my way to London to meet up with him and get a bag. So I ain't about to fuck my bag up with no. A lot of this rap it be on some WWF. So I don't get into that. I ain't never even spoke to Westside Gun, you know what I mean? So I don't know where all that come from. I don't know. I didn't even really look at that. I looked at the I saw people was talking about it and I was like, oh yeah, this some more fake shit. So I don't even, like I said, man, you saw footage of me there in the airport, but it wasn't nothing that everybody was making it out to be. I was just standing there with my arms folded up, bro. I barely said a word. So, but them is into that wrestling shit, so they do that. I don't wrestle.
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like, but hit the subscribe and notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership. Now, do you guys remember where there was this so-called beacon of light, this so-called hope that Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs were about to reconcile, and we were going to get all this new music from these two icons in the business, right? We saw them at an airport, and it appeared that they were somehow patching things up, and apparently Westside Gun was off to the side saying that he pretty much got that whole thing together in some kind of way, and this was the only way that they can do it, or tables would be flipped if it was anywhere else, and this was a neutral point, and he said that they needed to talk. Well, I don't know, when I look back on it now, maybe he said they needed to talk so they could see where they lay, where things laid at with them, instead of back and forth on record. Do we really got beef? Maybe that's what he meant, because apparently now that it looks like it, everyone was wrong that thought this was a peaceful meeting. When you look now at what's coming out, when you see Freddie Gibbs, his new reaction to this, where he's talking about, I ain't saying nothing, my arms was crossed and this and that. If you look at his body language, it looked like a standoffish body language. And apparently Benny the Butcher came out as well and was like, listen, I don't know what you're thinking, but it wasn't that. So if you're reading between the lines, and when I look at what Freddie Gibbs really just said in that podcast interview, where he was like, listen, I'm not finna go down for this, that, and the third, da-da-da. It sounded like, had he said the wrong thing, they was gonna bark in there. It sounded like Benny rolled up on him. Allegedly, Benny says he checked him, or somebody says that Benny checked him. But it sounded like the checking would have went further had Freddie barked in any kind of way. And like I said, Freddie's my guy. I like Benny and Freddie. Freddie makes pretty much every time he dropped damn near album of the year contender, if not outright album of the year. The first time he dropped when Kendrick had dropped Mr. Morale, so it was tough to give him that, and then he dropped now when the clips just dropped let God sort them out, so it's tough to give him that. But at the end of the day, either one of them years he could have had album of the year. So Freddie is my dude. I play a lot of Freddie Gibbs, and I know Freddie Gibbs has some he's questionable in many regards when it comes to his personal life. I cannot deny that, but he's one of them few people that I can separate his you know, personal things, because they're not offensive to me. They don't fucking challenge my race like Kanye does, or they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not beating people, his kids and shit, or, you know, doing a bunch of fuck shit. It's just like silly, goofy shit that Freddie gets into. But, you know, I understand that the artists now, we just want you to be good artists. I don't need you to be a real true-to-life drug dealer, really getting keys out the fucking trunk like that. I prefer to not listen to motherfuckers that's still in the streets selling drugs and they want to go rap about it. I'm good on that. Just give me a guy that's well removed from that, but he can still give us some good stories. And that's what hip-hop is about, being a good storyteller and telling your story in a great way. Freddie does that. Benny does that. Westside does that. A lot of these guys do this. So Conway, and I can just go on and on. 38 Spesh, and these guys do it in a very good way. That quote unquote cocaine rap, Pusha T, Malice, da. And I got a video coming about cocaine rap, but I like that. I don't need no real life gangbanger that's out here sagging and doing all kind of shit. And you know what I'm saying? He's really doing that. Then he gonna rap about it. If that's what you do, that's fine. But that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for you to be very good at what you do and sonically know how to make good records. And so that's what Freddie does, and that's what Benny does. And they did it together. They did it on the first Alfredo, and they did it on one of Benny's projects. And they worked well together. And I have a whole timeline of what happened with them, but once you hear about the timeline and what really went down with them, you realize we were dumb to think that this thing was going to be squashed in an airport in fucking France somewhere, wherever they was, because these guys have so much history. They've talked and they've done so much against each other's character, and they've just tried to humiliate each other for years. For us to think that they was going to sit down over some fucking froyo and some fucking yogurt and shit, and have a meeting of the minds and squash this whole thing, we was foolish for that. So when you look back now, when I'm looking at the body language and I'm looking at, because I didn't put too much thought into it back then. When I first saw it, they were like, yo, they're about to squash this beef. I was going to cover it. I said, no, let me wait. Let me see what's going on, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if these two can really squash this. So then now when I look back at it, after Freddie did his interview and Benny was saying whatever he said, because I was thinking when Benny was saying that, when he first said it, and he was like, I went to check him, I'm like, nah, Benny could be just trying to save face. You know how dudes they'll talk, they'll be on, like, they'll get on the phone and they'll really say some real shit to each other, like, man, listen, Like, I think it was The Game, when The Game had said something about Young Thug or whatever, and then they got The Game on a call, apologizing to him in private, So it's like, I don't know if Benny just trying to save face and be like, yo, I checked him, So I was like, I'm a reserve judgment on that. But then when I saw Freddie come out and was the way he was talking, and it sounded like a dude trying to really avoid it, but he's also trying to tell you, man, I ain't going to jail for them things. So it's I say, oh, so the way Freddie talking, these dudes was ready to thump. They was ready to get him, and Freddie was like, I'm not going to antagonize you guys. I'm not fighting in no airport. It's like a dude that at school, you don't want to fight. Like, I'm not fighting you, Daryl, leave me alone. I'm not going to punch you back. It was that kind of thing, right? So it's like, I'm like, damn, so what we really, really saw was Freddie got a little pressed. Freddie got pressed at the airport, and Freddie just understood the assignment, and he didn't antagonize these guys. Like, Freddie always antagonizing people when they're not around. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Well, Freddie got some bars for your ass. I'm just gonna be honest. Freddie will kill you on them little slick ass sidebars. But Freddie understood the assignment in that fucking airport. Like, yeah, I may be logical and this, that, but these niggas over here really not logical. It seemed like they really ready to jump on me in this fucking airport, and we all lose our flying privileges. Imagine losing your flying privileges over something so dumb. You're in the airport and you fight. But I think them dudes was ready to crash out. I think Benny was like, yo, and even I think it was like a thing where I may not fight you here, but if this conversation don't go well, then I'm going to make it really bad when we get home. That's what the conversation was. It was like, either we're going to squabble here, which really, let's just be honest. When you approach a dude that you got beef with, you know it could really squabble. It could really happen right here. It's not a thing where you're gonna approach him and you're both gonna agree to, okay, when we get back home. No, this dude could be like, man, what the fuck is wrong? Man, back up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be a whole thing. Walking across the airport to a guy that you have been beefing with for 3-4 years, you've been saying some heinous shit, you jumped them and all this and that, you know this could go down. So there's no way that Benny went over there without full expectations that I might have to slap this dude or he might try to swing on me. So I'm going to go as a grown man, knowing how dudes are from the streets act. He ain't necessarily got to be in front of the streets to get mad and worked up. You see road rage all the time. Or you see fucking these congressmen be throwing punches in some of these towns and shit. But I really feel like that was they checked the temperature. And had Freddie came off with any kind of, like, listen, I'm not trying to say you're punking this down the third, right? What I'm just saying is, had he come off with any of that slick talk, I think right then and there, one of them dudes would have went and handled it, right? Benny wouldn't have been able to do it because he's the money. He can't sit there and lose his flying privileges. But it wasn't just him, right? So somebody would have swung. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like Freddie knew it. Because Freddie, when you standing like this with your arms folded like this, like you're like, I'm not really trying to beef with you, bro. That's what the body language is telling me. Like, listen, I'm not even going to work you up. Say what you got to say and get on out of here. That's what it felt like. And I feel like what Benny and everybody around him understood is, I can't really catch this guy that much because I don't be in the same circles, but I got him here and I'm gonna make him know for sure that this is anything else said gonna be a problem. Right, that's why Benny was like, I checked them, da-da-da. So, and it's wild because these are two, let's call it for what it is. These are two gangster rappers, right? Supposedly gangster rappers. And we're not supposed to be getting checked nowhere. Like, we gangsters, like, I'm not getting checked. Like, you're not going to be rolling up on me. Let me check you right quick like that. So, let's just be honest. We understand that this rapping stuff is for show. These guys can be intelligent and smart, and they know when to throw these hands and when not to, right? So, Freddie understood, like, I'm not going to antagonize this guy because, first of all, I don't want to fight these motherfuckers. They already got out on me twice already. Jim Jones got him down in fucking Miami, and Benny and them got him when he came to, stupidly, went to fucking, to that city in Buffalo, tried to go eat at a fucking steakhouse with just him and a female, right? He's just playing too many fucking games. He playing with these niggas. So he was like, listen, these motherfuckers could get me another time or get me right now, but I'm not going to play this up. But let's be honest, Freddie did just cook him like a month ago in the damn. So you just talk shit about him, basically called him a suck on the damn song. So it's like Freddie antagonizes people, but apparently he knows when not to do it. And this is what happened. Let me talk about this. I want to talk about this timeline because it's so much that went down with these two. To think that meeting would go any other way, I think it was just everybody was reporting that, yo, a lot of people was reporting different. It was different pages and different YouTubers like, yo, we might have reconciliation. Like, look closer. This nigga Freddie look low key. Like, I ain't gonna say shook. I'm not gonna do that to him, but he looked cautious. Let's say that. So let me read this. The timeline of Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher's ongoing beef. When Freddie Gibbs dropped off Alfredo 2 with the Alchemist last month, there were a few antagonistic bars that fans believe were directly aimed at Benny the Butcher. On the album's 5th track, Empanadas, Gangsta Gibbs broke down some of the chaos that transpired as part of the long-running feud he's had with Benny. Here is the full timeline. On March 22nd of 2022, March 2022, Freddie Gibbs took the first jab at Benny the Butcher after the Buffalo rapper spoke on about working with Gibbs. See, I got to see if this is, because according to this, they make it like Benny started it first, right? But let me read this and continue because we all know that Freddie said what he said about the robbery. But let me just finish this. Freddie Gibbs takes the first jab at Benny the Butcher after the Buffalo rapper spoke about working with Gibbs. So listen to what I'm saying. Freddie or Benny, depending on how you look at it, took the first jab on social media back in 2022 during an interview with Spotify's Most Necessary Live. Benny said working with Gibbs on his 2020 song One Way Flight was a fairly mediocre experience. So right here, they're saying that Benny said working with Gibbs was a fairly mediocre experience. Quote, the song came and went, to be honest with you. It's all love, Benny said. So right here, Benny saying that the song came and went is a problem. That sounds like Benny took a random jab for no reason, but let me continue. Gibbs was quick to respond on X. Came and went, LOL. He then offered a more thorough response on his Instagram stories. Nigga said working with Freddie Gibbs came and went. I know some other shit that came and went too, nigga. Just keep my name out y'all mouth when y'all talking to people or doing interviews and shit. Just say next question. I don't want to talk about that nigga, man. Just say next motherfucking question. While this was the first official trade-off between the two rappers, many fans speculate that their beef had actually been brewing since 2021 when Gibbs tweeted out randomly, "It'd be hard for me to listen to niggas after they get robbed. They be rapping so gangster after the fact." So that could be what started it. Because he said something worse later. He said something worse later when he said, shout out to my Houston niggas. That's wild for him to say, but that could be about anybody. But I'm assuming that Benny took that a certain kind of way, and it do sound fucked up, like Benny got robbed. It says fans believe Gibbs was referencing when Benny the Butcher got shot in the leg during a robbery attempt in 2020, right? At the Walmart of all places. I don't know why the hell he was in the Walmart, but he got robbed in Houston in the Walmart, shot in the leg. He was in very bad condition, but he survived, right? So Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs trade jabs online after the came and went comments. Days after Gibbs' reaction to the Butcher's came and went comments, the two were embroiled in a tense Twitter fingers battle on social media. So right here in 2022, they were going full on at it on X, right? And just having a whole problem on Twitter, right? And this escalated over what could have been it could have been a miscommunication when he said, it'd be hard for me to listen to niggas after they get robbed. They be rapping so gangster after the fact. It sounded like he was talking about Benny. He could have been talking about Benny, but that's something so vague, we don't know if he's talking about Benny, right? And that sounded like he said that in 2021, even though Benny got robbed in 2020. So, again, grain of salt. So let me continue. I've never seen these niggas tough nowhere but on the internet, Benny the Butcher tweeted. Shout out to my Houston niggas, Gibbs replied the next day in reference to the city where Benny had been shot in the leg during a robbery attempt in 2020. So right here, you're seeing that they both are taking shots, but it's not really particularly any one thing that they could say this is where it started. They just started assuming that they were going at each other, and they really just started going at each other. Now, that shout out to my Houston niggas was direct. It wasn't no, like, you could construe that to whoever that. No, that was literally saying, yeah, the niggas in Houston robbed you. So yeah, let me poke fun at you for that. It's really like this. It go like this. 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Freddie Gibbs trolling. You can't beat these motherfuckers trolling, so don't waste your time. Freddie Gibbs, Benny the Butcher, really don't have. I don't find him to have a sense of humor. So him trolling is almost like an emotional guy just saying emotional shit. Freddie knows how to troll. He knows how to out-humor you. He's going to dig where it hurts. He's going to make his sentences shorter. And he's just going to hit you in places where it really is going to make people laugh, and it's going to make people start to look at you a different kind of way. You don't want to troll against this guy if you're not equipped for that, right? Rick Ross and these guys, this is what they do. So Freddie's it's a specialty of doing this shit. So then Benny responded to, how can you hate on a nigga that you begged to do an album with? Benny continued. Gibbs then hopped on his Instagram story to issue another reply. Niggas' whole marketing plan for their album is to beef with Freddie Gibbs. That's cute. If you open the door for me before, just be grateful. Why would I beg a nigga to work with me when he do less than me? Next time, just get a Drake verse cleared and you ain't got to do all this promo. Head up, fade, soft, everything. But y'all niggas got the nuts to sit in the room alone with me for 5 minutes. He said, but y'all niggas ain't got the nuts to sit in the room with me for 5 minutes. I don't think that these motherfuckers are scared to sit in the room with Freddie. And I don't think that they would be against a head up fade. I'm just going to be honest. Maybe Freddie can knuckle up or maybe not. But I don't see nobody like scared to knuckle with Freddie. But it sounds good on Twitter. Let me continue. Gibbs then hopped back on X to conclude, I ain't mad because I know they just doing it for promo. Fuck them. Everybody can't love us. And this is where the shit gets murky, where ain't too much coming back from this. Like, you're telling this motherfucker, like don't use me for promo. You could have got that Drake verse that you was looking for and you didn't get it. So it's like a lot of shit they're saying. These are ugly words, gang. These are very embarrassing. And yeah, it's tough for us to think that they was going to actually make up from this shit, but stranger things have happened, right? Let me continue. May 2022, Freddie Gibbs appears to get jumped by Benny the Butcher and associates in a video that made the rounds on social media that appeared to show Gangsta Gibbs get into a brawl with a large group of people during his tour stop in Benny's hometown of Buffalo, which is crazy, man. This is when you smarten up when you go to other dude's hometown that you got a problem with. No, Freddie doesn't do that. He goes full on Freddie and goes in the damn steakhouse and acts like nothing's going on. Didn't even tell the girl that they were beefing. Damn girl got the chain snatched off her neck. They done stole her chain and got her ass all yoked up and shit and gotten some goofy shit with Freddie. All right. Let me continue. TMZ confirmed that the footage had been taken by a bystander at Dinosaur Barbecue in Buffalo. Gibbs was in town for his Space Rabbit tour. Let's be honest, Space Rabbit, for that damn album, that shit he had dropped around that time, that Soul Separately shit, fucking classic. I'm just gonna be honest with you. With support from Zach Fox, Mike, and Red Veil, and unconfirmed reports claim that Gibbs also got his chain snatched during the altercation. That's what they do. They gonna snatch your chain when they come in to get you. That's a trophy, and they gonna take your chain. Gibbs was also sporting visible bruises on his face during the show. Later that night, the rapper's girlfriend later hopped on social media to debunk the rumor that her beau had got beaten and his chain snatched. This is the problem with this. It clearly happened, but these girls will ride for you until they're not riding for you. This is the same girl that's shitting on them now, got him. I think this is the same girl calling him Freddie Gibbs and all this shit. But at the time, she's gonna sit up there and lie and say that nothing happened. And Freddie Gibbs wouldn't even respond, so he just was moving on. He act like it was all good. They would say he put makeup on his eye and all this shit. He act like it was all good. He had a whole bunch of new chains already. So it just looked like, it's just like, oh, we playing this game like nothing happened, da-da-da. So that's what it was. Produced the stolen jewelry, Gibbs says in the video, which shows him buying new jewels. Produce the stolen rabbit. Produce the stolen jewelry that you got, nigga. August 22, Benny the Butcher posted a video wearing Freddie Gibbs' chain. Which I thought was kind of crazy because now you're incriminating yourself. But, and Freddie Gibbs, Benny, you bigger than that, man. Benny the Butcher posts a video wearing Freddie Gibbs' chain. Gibbs responds. A few months after Gibbs' alleged run-in with Benny's crew, the latter seemed to confirm he did indeed steal the Bandana MC's jewelry during their run-in back in May. After showing off the stolen chain on Instagram, Benny took it one step further by posting a full video wearing the confiscated ice. It's some wild stuff that people get away with, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Quote, Ayo, MC Dinosaur Barbecue. That's what got your head punched in the first time. Talking about shit you ain't have nothing to do with, Benny says in the video, donning Gibbs micro ESG and pendants. Real shit. Niggas dragged you by your chain. Dragged you by your shit. Niggas tick off on your bitch neck, you pet pussy nigga. So this is the thing, man. I don't condone this kind of shit. I mean, this is what dudes do on some street level shit, but they both bigger than this. And this is like, you know, even if you did do it, I don't know, you need to be on videos showing this. This is how things get out of hand and people start doing this in the real world to niggas, and then, you know, people get really killed out here for this kind of stuff. I think we got to elevate as a people. I'm just going to be honest. Like I always say, hip-hop is about the music. Let's keep it to that. But I mean, things happen. Real shit happens. People do shit to you in the real streets. And you know what I'm saying? You might not always make it out of it. But let me continue. MC Dinosaur Barbecue. You've been getting ran down on by niggas the whole past year without a gun. You a bitch. This is what Benny the Butcher was saying. Referencing a similar altercation Gibbs had experienced with Jim Jones at a Miami nightclub a year prior. MC Dinosaur Barbecue. That's funny. I'm just going to be honest. I say Benny the Butcher don't have no sense of humor, but this is funny. MC Dinosaur Barbecue. Nigga punched your head all in it. You fucking lumped up. Stitches all in your shit for running your mouth like you doing now. Remember that. Then you went the next day and went and copped a cheap-ass Cartier watch. It didn't take long for Freddie Gibbs to respond, post a screenshot from Benny's jab on his own Instagram story. Gibbs said Benny didn't even engage in the kerfuffle in Buffalo. Quote, Benny gay ass need to stop flexing because he was there and didn't throw a punch. Hoe ass niggas did all that, brought a cameraman and all shit for the promo. Still can't pack a room. Go ahead rapping about me so I can start talking about these sealed plea agreements and shit. Head up fade, solve everything. But nigga ain't built like that. So he basically calling Benny out for the head up fade, gang. Like, he literally saying, listen, we can, like, I'm with it. Knuckles to knuckles on some grown man shit. Sometimes that's what it means. Sometimes that's what it come to. Gangsta Gibbs continued by saying, when all your homies was trying to jump me, I heard y'all saying, shoot him. But none of y'all ain't had the nuts. Head up fade, solve it all. But you definitely ain't with that. You can move your foot, nigga. Your niggas did all that for clout and can't pack a venue. Stop trying to DM me. It ain't nothing to talk about. Be safe. This dude Freddie's wild, man. Listen, I told you can't out-troll him. You can't embarrass him. This dude has outlived the damn Freddie Gibbs, man. This nigga, you can't one-up him, gang. It just don't happen. It don't work. He done beef with Academics, the damn king troll, and beat him, gang, several times. Let's just be honest. Academics don't never lose, but he didn't win. Let me continue. Benny responded to Gibbs' claims on X, denying that he ordered one of his associates to shoot the Alfredo C. This real police shit, and that's a lie, Benny posted. Gibbs didn't reply on X, I saw you at your homie grave. Tell that nigga you will be home soon. Man, this nigga Gibbs, man. He say shit like this and then fold his arms up in the airport, man. I'm telling you, this is classic shit, bro. I'm just gonna be honest, man. Some of this shit, man, you shouldn't even just say. Just like, I don't know, man. That's wild. That's wild. I'm telling you, it is what it is. November 2023, Benny the Butcher takes a photo with Freddie Gibbs' ex-girlfriend. Benny the Butcher taunted his foe further by taking a photo with Gibbs' ex-girlfriend Destiny in November. Gibbs' former partner Destiny Fox, who had given birth to Freddie's child earlier this year, rekindled the feud between the two rappers after posting a photo of herself with the Buffalo Spitter. So, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was a little corny. A little him with the ex-girl. Like, this is how these rappers get back at each other. We take your chain, we show your chain. We get your girl, we take her, like Rick Ross. Who was that took the baby mom shot? Rick Ross took 50 Cent baby mom, That's 10 fucking years ago or more, probably 12, 15 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. But end of the day, I was like, all right, man, come on. Like, this girl don't have no love for this guy at all. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the purpose? But he said he gave the girl a chain back and all that. Let me continue, though. Gibbs from... The photo came after Fox had shared some alleged details surrounding what happened during Gibbs' tussle with Benny's entourage in Buffalo. She claimed that she was with Gibbs during the squabble and that the first thing he said to Benny that day was, "Hey, I can't do this. I got my girl with me." He said that. Freddie tried to cop a plea because his girl was with him. See, these chicks, man, I'm telling you, man, one day they lying for you, that ain't lying on you. And it's like a whole thing, man. Like, you got to understand what you're dealing with. These people don't love you really when they with you for this limelight, this, that, and the third. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Freddie did walk her into some shit. He walked her into a problem, and he's dead ass wrong for that. Like, you can't walk somebody into a situation like that and they don't know what's going on. You can't do that. He's fucking bugging out. But so now she acting like this. He said he used me as a shield. She wrote on X on May of 2023. It's a lot deeper than any of you know. Destiny added that she actually went to Benny to get Freddie's chain back and later posted a picture of her holding the rapper's ESG and pendant. Freddie didn't spin about shit when they took my jewelry, so I went and got it back myself. That's so funny. But at the end of the day, Benny said he did her a favor. He's like, he liked her. She was cool. He said he didn't want her to think he was a monster, yada, yada, yada. So let me continue. January 2024. Benny the Butcher publicly addresses the beef with Freddie Gibbs in an interview with The Breakfast Club. Benny officially addressed where he and Gibbs stood and said he was merely friends with Destiny Fox. Quote, "I almost cracked up laughing, but I gave her chain back. That's the homegirl. I'm a really nice guy. I gave her chain back, then she came to my birthday party. That's it. She was caught in the middle of some shit she had nothing to do with. She probably thought I was the devil, but she get to see that I'm a really nice guy, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less." The Buffalo rapper was asked if he'd ever make peace with Gibbs. Hell no. And that's the part. When I saw the video of them talking, I was like, but Benny said he would never rock with this guy, never be cool with him. So I said, that's kind of weird. I don't know if how real this is with this reconciliation. And that's why I was really hesitant to believe it. But it sounded like when you first heard Westside Gunn, it's like these motherfuckers over there going some kumbaya. And I'm like, are you sure? So that's what made us all thinking. That's what made me feel like, I don't know if that's really kumbaya or just two dudes chatting up. But for them to even be talking at all, if it wasn't an aggressive talking, I couldn't understand why they were talking. Hell no. You don't do that shit to people you cool with, and that's just it. I feel like Benny holds a grudge. I feel like he ain't letting that shit go. I really don't have no problem with him. I've never done nothing. He's never done nothing to me in life. I have no problem with him. It's just that I would be goofy. And then the people I make music for would look at me as a goofy if I would stand next to him. It is a bygone to me. People can say that right now. It is bygones. The fans, they want to pit us against each other, and I get it. It's entertainment for them. But I tell them, stop. I don't got no problem with that man. I don't think he got no problem with me. It is what it is, and I don't give a F. So I feel like he's holding a grudge, but he also looks at it like my street cred would look crazy if I sit down with a guy to talk this much shit to me and we went through all this stuff. I would look kind of crazy out here to my fans, to my people that I ride with. I would look kind of crazy just selling up with this guy and being cool with him again. And I get it. It would look kind of crazy, but a grown men make their own decision. You know what I'm saying? Let me continue. March 2024. Benny the Butcher gives Freddie Gibbs' girlfriend a chain and fired another shot at his rival in 2024 after gifting Destiny Fox a Black Soprano family chain. So he went from just giving her own chain back to buying her a chain and giving her that chain. This is all for publicity, gang. This is all for the gram, da-da-da-da. A video also surfaced online that showed Benny placing said chain around Fox's neck, and Benny can be seen fixing the chain before posting with Fox for the cameras. Gibbs never responded. That's smart. He finally just let it go, just move on. We be honest. 2025, Freddie Gibbs addresses Benny the Butcher situation on the Big Two. Freddie Gibbs didn't respond to any of Benny's antagonizing until dropping off a Lucy called the Big Two in 2025. He randomly put that shit up and I listened to it like once or twice. It's whatever. In the song, he seemed to address Benny and Destiny hanging out together and appeared to clown Benny again for getting shot in the leg in 2020. Quote, I seen my ex-hoe with the ops. I never get in the drama. They both got crackhead mamas. They got some shit in common. Nigga, you was born an addict. Pussy ass asthmatic. Don't fuck with the rabbit. The day you die, bitch, I'ma hashtag it. Nigga pissed on himself when he got shot. Damn, Freddie doing the most. Let me continue. Benny the Butcher responds to Freddie Gibbs on Position of Power. Benny returned fire during his guest appearance on Austin Sour's song Position of Power in 2025, which I believe I covered that or was about to cover that. I think I spoke on that. I did a video on that. Benny uses his bars to address allegedly robbing Freddie after their scuffle in Buffalo and dismiss Gibbs' antagonizing words. Quote, rumors back home that we took some jewels, some shit didn't even cost me a B on my chain. Benny the Butcher, the reason these rappers can't eat in this lane. July 2025, Freddie Gibbs returned fire with empanadas. As previously mentioned, Gibbs escalated the tension to a hostile level after he called Benny out on empanadas on the track. Freddie claimed that the Buffalo MC needs drama in order to sell his music. Quote, bitches in Buffalo get the same thing, they was throwing plates. Limped away on his good foot, but he ain't bust a grape. These niggas fake. Still sealed documents, still popping it. Fuck the certified crack babies, come get your mama hit. Shit ain't selling, they gotta resort to drama shit. That's what Gibbs spit. Fast forward, August 2025, Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher talk with Westside Gunn in a Paris airport. Freddie and Benny were spotted chatting in a Paris airport with the discussion being moderated by Westside Gunn. The three rappers were seen talking on a video captured by Westside Gunn's son. With bits of audio heard throughout, Benny is heard saying loud and clear, make sure you say that on record too then, you heard? Gunn then asks, I still think y'all should talk though. This is Westside Gunn still trying to be a mediator. He wants this stuff to seal over, I'm sure Westside Gunn thinking, man, we can make a lot of money with this nigga. I'm just gonna be honest. That's how he think. Like rich niggas that's trying to stay rich think about how they can make power moves. Benny could be heard replying with Gunn chiming in to say the two former collaborators either needed to bury the hatchet or start a full-on rap beef. I don't think it's either one of those. I don't think they need to be starting a rap beef or bury the hatchet. They could just fucking coexist and leave it and move the fuck on. It ain't gotta be one or the other. Gunn then gave a direct narration to his son telling him, you see Freddie talking to Benny, Benny talking to Freddie. I told Benny this is neutral. This is the only time we're gonna probably get this because the other time it will be furniture moving. It's either all out war or nothing. Keeping that sentiment in mind, is unclear where the feud will go from here, but fans seem cautiously optimistic. A truce is finally on the horizon. Well, guys, there ain't no truce coming. After hearing all that shit, you know these motherfuckers, they are not making up. They not gonna play nice. They not gonna rub-a-dub-dub in the bathtub. Listen, I think that's done. It doesn't matter. They both making music on their own. They don't need to try to patch nothing up, make no fake-ass record where they're gonna be sneak dissing each other in the record. Let's leave it at that, man. Freddie, listen, I need you to just move forward, man. Stop taking shots at this guy. Like, at this point, he's an op that ain't even really an op no more because you both have taken shots. He got the better of you. Let's just be honest with catching you in that steakhouse. Anybody can be got, so we can't continue to just keep talking about that, antagonizing that. He got you. It's over. He got the chain. He got the girl. Move on, da-da-da. It sounds like you lost, but you're really winning because you're selling more records than you've ever sold right now without the beef. You're doing the best music of your career with Alchemist and all the other stuff you got going on. All your albums are really connecting with the fans, and you're touring, you're making a lot of money, you're acting, you're doing your thing. This doesn't need to be continued on. You don't need to take no more shots at Benny. And Benny, you got your street cred, you know, you got your this, that, and the third, but it do seem like Benny is reluctantly holding on to this. I don't think Benny's mad at this guy. I don't think Benny really, I think Benny understands the street rules and he understands, okay, he took a shot. Your success took a shot at you, guy. I don't think he says it like, I really don't have no problem with you, never done nothing to me. So Benny, man, I think also with you, I don't think you need to keep antagonizing this guy with this ex-girl unless you really like the girl. I think that at this point, we just both got to just move on. Just coexist and live. That's it, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side, man. Listen, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Let them know what you think in the comments, man. Hit the like button, share the video. You know what I mean? Every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz, talking about hip-hop and things of that nature, whatever we get into that night, all right? I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.